Good afternoon. Welcome to Oldham County Fiscal Court. Everyone at table, if you would please rise, we'll say the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I'd like to thank everyone for not taking a knee during that. First of all, we need a motion to enable me to chair this meeting.
So moved. Second.
Have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. The motion passes. This meeting, we need to call the roll, please. Sheila?
Magistrate Likens.
Here.
Magistrate Tice.
Here.
Magistrate Leslie. Magistrate Greenwell.
Here.
Magistrate Hounds.
Here.
Magistrate Eldridge.
Here.
Magistrate Dye.
Here.
Magistrate Logsdon. Here. Judge Vogel.
Having 7 of the 9 possible people here for the fiscal court meeting, this meeting is now in session. Approval of the agenda. Do I have a motion?
So moved. Second.
I have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion, additions, or deletions? Seeing none, all those in favor of approving the agenda say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The agenda is approved as it is. Okay, we'll let Sheila Fair, the fiscal court clerk, read the minutes from October the 3rd, 2017.
October 3rd, 2017. The Oldham County Fiscal Court convened at a regular meeting at 2 p.m. with Judge Executive David Vogel, County Attorney John Carter, and the following magistrates in attendance: Brent Likens, Wayne Tice, Bob Leslie, Steve Greenwell, Chris Hounds, Kevin Eldridge, Bob Dye, and Michael Logsdon. Motion made by Magistrate Leslie and seconded by Magistrate Greenwell to approve the agenda with the following additions: executive session pursuant to KRS 61.810B, discuss acquisition of real estate, and Curry Landscape Design purchase agreement for detention center. Motion carried unanimously. Motion made by Magistrate Hounds and seconded by Magistrate Leslie to approve the meeting minutes of September 19th, with one change to the motion under bid award, Cardinal Harbor Shiloh Lane resurfacing project, adding based on past performance as submitted. Motion carried unanimously. Public comment. Becky Zocklin announced the Household Hazardous Waste Collection event is October 21st from 9 to 3 at Oldham County Fairgrounds. Call Solid Waste and Recycling Department with questions, 565-1007. Payables. Motion made by Magistrate Leslie and seconded by Magistrate Hounds to approve the payables. Motion carried 8-1. Magistrate Greenwell voted no. Contract agreements and resolutions. Nugent Sand Company amendment to lease agreement. Motion made by Magistrate Greenwell and seconded by Magistrate Hounds to remove from the table consideration of the lease agreement with Nugent Sand Company for sand and gravel dredging on the Ohio River, tabled at the September 12th meeting. Motion carried unanimously. Motion made by Magistrate Likens and seconded by Magistrate Hounds to authorize the Judge Executive to sign the lease agreement with Nugent Sand Company relating to sand and gravel dredging on the Ohio River. Motion carried unanimously. Sanitary sewer easement agreement with OSEA Detention Center project. Motion made by Magistrate Dye and seconded by Magistrate Likens to authorize the Judge Executive to sign the sanitary sewer easement agreement with OSEA relating to the Detention Center project. Motion carried unanimously. Oldham Reserve Right-of-Way Professional Services Contract. Motion made by Magistrate Hounds and seconded by Magistrate Dye to authorize the Judge Executive to sign the $3,900 contract modification with Red Wing relating to right-of-way permitting services for Oldham Reserve. Motion carried unanimously. Curry Landscape Design Purchase Agreement. Motion made by Judge Vogel and seconded by Magistrate Tice to authorize the Judge Executive to sign the purchase agreement with Curry Landscape Design in the amount $17,840 for landscape project at the new detention center. Motion carried unanimously. Committee reports and recommendations. Roads Committee, erosion control bond release for Norton Medical Crestwood. Motion made by Magistrate Logsdon and seconded by Magistrate Greenwell upon the recommendation of the county engineer to release the $8,200 erosion control bond for Norton Medical Crestwood. Motion carried unanimously. Motion made by Magistrate Greenwell and seconded by Magistrate Logsdon to award the Ballard Glen Road resurfacing project to Riverside Paving Company for the revised bid amount of $98,240.31 and accept the resolution from Ballard Glen Board of Directors relating to payment agreement. Motion carried unanimously. Jail Committee bid awards. Motion made by Magistrate Dye and seconded by Magistrate Eldridge to award the detention center 350 inmate mattresses bid to MTJ American Industries for $29,659 and authorize Judge Vogel to sign a contract. Motion carried unanimously. Motion made by Magistrate Dye and seconded by Magistrate Eldridge to award the detention center various jail inmate supplies bid to Charmtex for $39,964.29 as submitted and authorize Judge Vogel to sign a contract. Motion carried unanimously. Motion made by Magistrate Dye and seconded by Magistrate Greenwell to award the detention center inmate admission kits bid to ICS Jail Supplies for $1,710 as submitted. Motion carried unanimously. Personnel actions, Dispatch and Road Department. Motion made by Magistrate Hounds and seconded by Magistrate Eldridge to accept the following resignations. Dispatch employee Ashley Astott, effective October 13th, and Road Department employee Bradley Pence, effective October 6th. Motion carried unanimously. Board appointments. Motion made by Magistrate Greenwell and seconded by Magistrate Eldridge to accept the resignation of Ed Halfling from the Ethics Commission Board effective October 3rd and appoint him to the Planning Commission Board to fulfill Bob Arvin's unexpired term through September 4th, 2019. Motion carried unanimously. Public comment, none. Motion made by Judge Vogel and seconded by Magistrate Likens to go into executive session pursuant to KRS 61.810B, acquisition of real estate. Motion carried unanimously. Motion made by Magistrate Greenwell and seconded by Magistrate Leslie to return to the meeting. Motion carried unanimously. Announcements. Magistrate Likens provided an update on the Maintenance Committee's tours and assessment of county-owned buildings. Magistrate Leslie thanked the Road Department for ditch erosion work on Running Brook Road. Magistrate Greenwell announced Wingham Paving should start the Cardinal Harbor Shiloh Lane Road resurfacing project next week. He thanked Bob Arvin for serving on the Planning Commission, and he expressed his appreciation for those involved in the bid process for the Ballard Glen Road resurfacing project. Magistrate Eldridge thanked Bob Arvin for serving on many county boards. Magistrate Dye attended a recent Briar Hill Estates Homeowners Association meeting, said they are happy with the county's snow removal work. Motion made by Magistrate Eldridge and seconded by Magistrate Hounds to adjourn the meeting. Motion carried unanimously, and the meeting adjourned at 3:23 p.m.
Thank you, Sheila. You have heard the minutes from the October 3rd meeting, or is there a motion to approve?
So moved. Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussions on the minutes? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Okay, next, we have public comment, but first of all, I'd like to bring something up. We lost a former police officer yesterday. Billy Roberts was a deputy sheriff and served the county for 29 years. He retired in December of 2014 and returned to the sheriff's office in April of 2015. Billy was a Oldham Countyan from birth and just was always around and did an excellent job. He will be missed dearly, and our thoughts and prayers are with his family during this time. And if we could, I'd like to just have a moment of silence here shortly. Thank you. Public comment. If anyone is up to speak for a total of 4 minutes about anything that's on their mind in the county, I'd be glad to have them come forward at this time. It appears we do not. Okay, public comment is closed. First thing on the agenda, administration-wise, is payables for the county. We got these on Friday. The payables, had a chance to look over them, and when anybody is ready, I'll take a motion to approve the payables.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the payables. Is there any discussion?
Can I ask one question, please?
Please do.
And I apologize for being so late, and I intended to ask Ms. Horn and absolutely slipped my mind. Did we get the doors fixed on the church? It was a $4,700 bill, and I see a nod yes and okay. Thank you. I know there's a question about it, and I just goofed up. I didn't check on that. Thank you.
Anybody else have any questions or comments? Okay, all those in favor of paying the county payable, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Aye. Any abstentions? Motion carries 6-1. Okay, next on the agenda. We have a EMS Kentucky Ambulance Block Grant application, and Todd Early is here to answer our questions and explain this. Todd, thank you for being here.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. The Kentucky Ambulance Block Grant is funds that are available for every EMS system throughout the Commonwealth. They are dispersed by the Kentucky Board of EMS through the fiscal courts and the county judge executives. That's the mechanism. We've received this every year. This year it's $12,000. We would like to use the funds for our iPad project that will basically go away from our tough books and our electronic patient care reporting, give us a lot more capability and save us quite a bit of money as well. Happy to answer any questions, sir.
iPads might that purchase?
That will be more than the amount we need for the iPads. We have 9 ambulances, 9 iPads.
Okay.
That includes the docking stations, the software and everything.
Okay.
Should be right out.
All righty.
Yes, sir.
The judge needs authority to sign this block grant application. Does anybody want to make a motion to that?
I'll make that motion to allow the judge to sign for this grant.
Is there a second to that?
Second.
Second, I have a motion and a second. Kevin, did you have a question, please?
I did. I don't see anything on here that says this is time sensitive. Can this wait for the judge to get back to sign?
It is not. We've got to the end of the year. Happy to do that.
right.
Whatever's
Thank you.
convenient. Yes, sir.
Any more discussion on the matter? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Thank you, Todd.
Thank you, sir.
Next, we have board appointments and personnel actions. Board appointments, Code Enforcement Board, we are going to accept the resignation of Ed Halfling and appoint Joe Rafferty to fulfill the unexpired term of Ed Halfling. There's a biography resume included in your binders, but I'll take a motion at this time to appoint Joe Rafferty and accept the resignation of Ed Halfling at the same time.
I'd like to make that motion.
Second.
Motion and a second. Is any discussion? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. Next, we have a term to fulfill the unexpired term of Ed Halfling on the Oldham County Ethics Commission, and we would like to appoint Ann Brown to serve until October the 18th of 2020. Is there a motion to that effect?
So moved.
Motion by Kevin Eldridge, second by Wayne Tice. Any discussion on Ann Brown? Not like we don't know the young lady.
True.
All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed? Okay, motion carries. Personnel actions. Ms. Schaaf, please.
Good afternoon. Last week, we accepted the resignation of Ashley Allstott. This week, we're asking you to let her become part-time to help us out through the rest of the year. So that would be effective today at $15.08 per hour.
And it says on here, I noticed, Tina, it says not to exceed 90 days. I guess if we wanted to and she worked out, we could do another 90-day
We
term?
could, we can come back. Mhm.
Okay, all righty.
I'll make that motion.
Thank you, Chris. Is there a second to that?
Second.
Second by Bob Dye. Any discussion on this?
I have one. Is that effectively equal to what she made before she
It is.
resigned? So, okay, thanks.
Any other questions? Magistrate Logston?
Tina, if we hire somebody else, is this in the budget for this?
We have 2 people that are in the process now. It's going to take us a little bit to get somebody hired on. So we're only going to keep her until we have the others on staff.
All right, thank you.
Mr. House?
How many dispatchers are we down currently?
Currently, without her, it's going to be 2 down, because we have, her resignation, and we didn't fill Jason's, so we have
Okay.
2.
Any other discussion, questions? All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you, Tina.
Thanks.
Moving right along here. We're down to the second public comment section. Is there anybody that would like to come forward and comment? It appears not. Okay, in other business, we're going to go down the line here and ask if the magistrates have anything to say and add at this time. Magistrate Logston, please.
Nothing, but you did a great job.
Thank you. Magistrate Dye?
Nothing.
Magistrate Eldridge?
Just would like to say we will certainly miss Billy Roberts. When I was a kid growing up, Billy and his dad owned a service station next door, And they, along with their Dalmatian Sparky, brought a great deal of pleasure to a lot of people, and they'll all be missed.
Magistrate Hounds?
I have nothing, sir.
Magistrate Tice?
Nothing, thank you.
Magistrate Likens?
I have two things. I think I'll make up for everybody else. One is I would like to ask Magistrate Greenwell if he would expound on maybe why, unless it's a reason we can't discuss in court, why he votes nay on the payables. It seems like this has gone on 4 or 5 times, and I, for one, am just kind of, I guess, curious as to what that reasoning is, if you're willing to discuss it. Number two, the building committee has met 4 times now, 3 hours each time, so we've toured all of the county-owned buildings. I think there's 18 of them, and we're going to meet next Tuesday at 9 o'clock, and we're going to start putting together a plan on what we're planning to do short-term, intermediate, and long-term with a lot of our buildings and the use for those buildings for various departments in Oldham County. So that meeting will be posted for next Tuesday at 9 o'clock.
As to your question regarding why I vote against the payables, this happens to coincide with while we are mowing grass on Highway 146. I don't believe we should be doing that. I believe it puts our county at risk from throwing objects from the mowers and the weed eaters. I noticed yesterday that they actually were weed eating the edge of Highway 146, as if the mower wasn't doing a good enough job. We weed eat the edge of it for about a foot, and I weed eat and mow as much as anybody does, and I throw objects all the time, and we usually have somewhere between 1 and 2 claims a year from either dings in paint or windshields or things like that. And so, once again, that's not our property. That belongs to the state, and they mow it, although not as often as we do, and they don't make it look as pretty as we do. I'll grant you that. But the Kentucky taxpayers, the Oldham County taxpayers, are paying to have that road taken care of by the state, and then we are turning around and taking care of that ourselves to the tune of, I would guess, between $50,000 and $70,000 a year. By the time you figure out, we do use inmate labor, but we have equipment, we have insurance, we have meals, and it just all adds up. And I may be high on that estimate, but I bet I'm not much high on that. So anyway, it's just a personal stand of mine, and as long as we're mowing grass on Highway 146 during the mowing season, I will be voting against it.
Thank you very much.
Okay. I do need a motion to proclaim that we have the best fiscal court clerk in the Commonwealth of Kentucky. Got a motion and a second. All those in favor, there is no discussion. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Okay.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Have a motion to adjourn in a second. Any discussion? Okay. We are adjourned.
Huh?